Storytime video. We're trying something new here. We're going to add a little face cam. Tell me what you guys think at the end of the video down in the description. But anyways, let's get right into this because I really want to tell this story. And let's go ahead and get right into this crap. So this story today is about Wisconsin. If you don't know, I lived in Wisconsin from 2013 to 2014. And in Wisconsin, a lot of crap happened. It was undebatably my least favorite place to live ever. And the schools were bad, the kids were bad, and so much was terrible. And today I'm going to be talking about our neighbors. There was neighbors who lived to our right. I'm not going to say their last name, but I will say their first names because they're scum and don't deserve to be where they were. In Waunakee, Wisconsin, I lived next to two people named Cameron and Peyton. These kids were undoubtedly the worst, no, actually, they're probably like the third worst people I've met in my life, even including like their entire family. Their entire family was terrible people. Like if I had a top 10 list of bad people that I've met, their entire family, because their family was terrible. Their family was complete crap. So to get into it, basically, it all started, and I think this is what started it. Peyton was, I think, 8. My sister at the time was, I believe, 6 or 7. And my sister was by herself, alright? She was outside doing something. She was like on her phone or something. Or on her iPod or whatever the hell she had at the time. I don't remember what she had. I didn't even have a phone, so I didn't have an iPhone. I had like one of those Verizon phones. But basically, as far as I remember, Peyton started bullying my sister. And Peyton, being a year older, and I'm being like 3-4 years older than Peyton, I walk outside and I don't beat him up or anything because I was not liked around that neighborhood. I wouldn't do that. But I wouldn't beat him up or anything. I just walked up to him and I'm like, hey buddy, stop right now. And kind of scared him off a little bit. But he kept harassing my sister a little bit. And he got his older brother Cameron, who was a year younger than me, to try to stop me. And I walked outside to stop him again, and Cameron walks up and he's like, hey, did you talk smack to my little brother? And I'm like, no, I didn't talk smack to your little brother, buddy. I told him to screw the hell off. Big difference. I wasn't talking smack to him. I was telling him to walk away before something bad happened. And that was my warning to Peyton that I had said earlier. Cameron's like, no, what he told me was you were walking up. He was playing with your sister. And he's like, you're like, yeah, kill yourself. And I'm like, buddy, why would I do that? That's the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. When it comes to a scenario on bullying, you don't tell someone to kill themselves, especially if you're the person trying to defend a victim. You're not like, hey, bully, kill yourself, you're so stupid. Okay, I don't understand you. Now that's most scenarios, but this is a scenario where I'm just defending my little sister from someone who's a little older than her. So when Cameron stopped me, in all, he just tried to make me slow down, and he did effectively do that, but I just pushed him aside because he was like a small little weakling type of dude. And walked up to Peyton, and this time I actually did talk smack to him, and I'm like, Peyton, I told you don't mess with my sister. If I see you mess with my sister one more time, you're not going to be able to mess with her anymore. And he backed off for a long while. Cameron tried to, like, fight me. He's like, come on, Jake, let's fight. And I'm like, Cameron, if we're going to the level where you want to fight someone for defending their sibling, being that you're the older sibling too, if my sister started harassing your brother, you talk smack to my sister. That's just how the world works, buddy. That's just how family relations work, and you can't really say that, oh, my brother bullying your sister's okay, but you bullying my brother isn't. And I'm like, I'm not bullying your brother, I'm telling him to stop bullying. Because if he continues bullying, I'm going to have to do something about it. And what I was going to do was tell his mom, of course. I wasn't going to beat him up or anything. But that was to scare him off, pretty much. But in all, it passed away for a while, and there was one day I was talking to a new kid who moved across the street. Not going to mention his name. Her or his names, they're two new kids. They were around my age. Not going to mention who they were. They moved up, and I was talking to them outside. And I was telling them about my stupid neighbors and how they were bullying my sister and stuff. And their mom was outside at the time, and she overheard me. So she walked over, and she's like, hey, what's your name? Jacob, I live at the house next to you. She's like, oh yeah, you're the new kid who moved in. I'm like, yeah. May I ask why you're smack-talking my son? And I'm like, well, to be honest, ma'am, I am kind of smack-talking your son a little bit, because I was saying bad things about Peyton specifically. Cameron I didn't really give a crap about. And she's like, oh, can you stop? And I'm like, well, yes, I will, but just know that your son, your amazing son, as you put it, is bullying my sister. So I'm going to keep talking smack about him to people I know who are my friends, and I'm going to warn them that your son is not a good person. And she's like, but my son's a great person. He does this, 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 and all these great things. And I'm like, once he can prove himself to me that he's a good person, and I've seen him do something that is genuinely good for people, then maybe I'll believe your case. But for now, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to keep talking smack about Peyton a little longer, like another few weeks, because Peyton deserves it. He doesn't deserve to be, oh yeah, you're cool. I didn't think that was right. I didn't think Peyton was a good person, so I was going to keep talking smack about him. So we went on a little longer, and it got to the point where I was walking home one day, and Cameron and his friend, who I'm not going to mention, were annoying me because we walked down the same route. And basically what I did was, Cameron's friend was trying to like tackle me and all this stupid crap, and again, he's younger than me too. I didn't tackle him. I basically got to the point where I turned, squarely punched him in the face. He rolled down a hill, and he broke a few bones. And I look at Cameron, and he runs the hell away. And of course I got in trouble for this, but it wasn't too bad since I was technically defending myself in this case. They didn't take it to court or anything. It was just like, yeah, it's school. Deal with it, buddy. If I broke your son's bones for being just a complete piece of crap, then he should have seen that coming. And his parents were, his friend's parents, Cameron's friend's parents, were actually pretty good about it. They weren't hateful towards me in any sense, and they were perfectly fine with it. They just thought it was kind of mean, but hey, if I'm defending myself, I should be allowed to do that, and they thought that was a perfectly fine excuse. But Cameron's friend I became friends with eventually, because he was actually a pretty interesting person. Cameron was just talking smack about him, or talking smack about me to him, and he eventually cut ties with Cameron because no one likes Cameron. So, goes on a little longer, and eventually we get to the point where Cameron and his brother are still annoying me to an extent. They're purposely trying to annoy me now because they've heard I'm starting to move, because I did not like Wisconsin. We had to get out immediately, so we were moving here. And Peyton and Cameron were like, oh man, he's leaving soon, meaning we can annoy him, and if we annoy him enough, he can't do anything about it because he's leaving. So I was downstairs in my room, because I lived in the, didn't live in the basement. I had a bedroom in the basement. I was downstairs in my bedroom, recording something on my computer. It was the first time I made videos, and I was recording my screen, and I see from the back window, which is accessible to anyone, I hear Peyton, and he's like, what you doing in there, huh? And I turn around, and you know how blinds are, right? There's white blinds that are like the stretchy ones. They're like, they're like all one thing, but you can like, it's weird. They have individual like things in them, but they're all one big thing at the same time. So I walk over, I pull it up, and Peyton's right there, and he's going like a freaking idiot. And I just look at him, and I'm like, you are so lucky I'm moving, because I'd come outside and beat you up right now if your dad wasn't right behind you. And his dad was in the backyard doing some stupid crap. And his dad, to be fair, I didn't know their parents very well. I knew his mom, kind of a douchebag. His dad was a little bit of a drunk, if I remember correctly. I just saw him drinking a lot. It was pretty ridiculous. So, you know, what happened was it got to the point where it was so annoying that they were bullying my sister again, and Cameron and his parents were outside with Peyton, and they were doing something. And I'm walking past talking to friends, and Cameron looks at me and he yells some sort of insult at me. I don't remember what it was, but I basically walked straight up to him, and I believe I didn't punch him. I think I smacked him across the face with like the back of my hand, and he basically just started crying on the spot. It was pretty disgusting, and it was depressing. It was just bad. And to be fair, I didn't really care. He's a bad person in my book. Now, maybe he's changed to this point. Cameron, if you see this video, I still hate you. But if you've changed, and your brother has changed since knowing me back in Wisconsin, then send me a message or something, because I want to see what you guys think is actually appropriate for once, since you guys still, in my mind, seem like complete unreasonable douchebags. And I'm going to hold that in my hand for the rest of my life, because you guys are terrible people. From what I remember, you guys are terrible people. But guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. It does support the channel a lot. And I will see you all in the next episode of Storytime with Cosmic. Hopefully this weekend we will have some streams going on. FNAF, a new FNAF game just came out, and we are going to be streaming that a bit this Friday. This is Tuesday I'm recording this. This should be up tomorrow on Wednesday. This Friday we will have a new video coming up for you guys. I hope you guys are ready for that, because it's going to be pretty interesting. Or at least I think it's going to be pretty interesting, because we're going to have a stream of me playing the new FNAF game. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. My name was Jake. Hope you guys have a nice day. Goodbye.